In this edition of City News, we'll show you which business has everyone celebrating. Also, changes are coming to the city. Stay tuned to see where. Plus, we'll show you what had cars lining up in a parking lot. These stories and much more coming up on City News. Hello and welcome to City News. I'm Jennifer Murillo. Another business opened and it turned into a neighborhood party. Tony Long Jr. has the story.
3, 2, 1.
A DJ, bubbles, delicious smoothies, and a display of awesome dance moves. A festive combination for the grand opening of another Robeks juice in the city of Hawthorne.
We officially had a soft opening on March 18th of this year, and today we have our grand opening. Been working on this for almost a year, and I'm very proud to bring the business to the city of Hawthorne.
Great group of people. It's a minority-owned, woman-owned business here, and we welcome the great business they're going to bring to the area, providing great juices and healthy alternatives for our community.
Store owner Iselda Sanford thought it was time to bring a store into her community.
I live in the neighborhood, and I am a personal fan of Robeks, and I had to drive out of the neighborhood in order to, get to a Robeks location. So I decided to bring it into my neighborhood. I think it's a healthy option for most of our consumers, and it's doing very well.
VP of Marketing Mitch Baker thinks it is a good place for the store to be located.
We got so much traffic going on and off the 105 freeway and here on 120th, so it's a great location, and we've sort of seen the fruits of that labor with the response that we're getting from the community and people coming and stopping in and being our regular customers.
A few of the employees are from the local neighborhood.
I'm blessed to have a job here. I'm glad that she opened it in this community. I'm a part of this community, so it was long overdue for something healthy over here.
The store has already created a family atmosphere.
I want to be here and support my mom, with the spoken word, and I just feel great. It's a new chapter of our life, so I want to open it the best way I can.
She's super talented, and this is showcasing the talent that she has always shown us in the family.
I'm supporting my granddaughter. This is her first job, and they hired her first at this location, so I'm excited to be here to support her.
This is the second location of Robeks Juice that has opened in the City of Good Neighbors. For HCTV, I'm Tony Long Jr.
The new Robeks Juice is located at 2909 West 120th Street in Hawthorne. City officials and community members gathered at a park. We take you to Glen Park to learn why. Community members gathered for the groundbreaking ceremony of Glen Park.
One of them is replacing the playground equipment with state-of-the-art equipment. We're going to be replacing the tetherball area with exercise equipment.
We're so excited about this. We've been working with the city for a long time, asking about improvements, how we can get improvements, what needs to be done.
Grant funding from Measure A and the Safe Clean Park Act from Los Angeles County will be used to make these improvements and others. This project is set to be completed by October 2022.
It's very exciting that they're making this renovation. I think the park has been overdue for an update. Being born and raised in the neighborhood, it's nice to see that, we're trending in the right direction.
The city took resident input during the planning process and took notes to incorporate their wishes too.
They did a survey here of what the community would like in our park, and they really took notice of what we were looking for, and they've delivered. We're so excited.
We know a lot of people love pickleball, so we're actually going to be not only restoring the tennis courts, but also adding pickleball lines to one of the courts as well.
We'll definitely be playing some games against some of the other people in our community.
Across town, Thorpe Park also celebrated the groundbreaking of their park improvement project, which also received money from the same grant funding.
The city of Hawthorne and our staff had done an outstanding job bringing money to renovate these parks.
We're going to be replacing the current playground equipment with new state-of-the-art playground equipment. We're going to be redoing the basketball court behind me.
Upgrades at Thorpe Park will also include renovations to the existing bathroom and seating around the wading pool and possibly more.
We do want to add exercise equipment to this park as well, just so people can get the opportunity to exercise outdoors.
This park is very, very good, utilized every weekend, every day almost. So to see that we're going to do like state-of-the-art equipment, you know, plus the playground equipment, do the surface for the basketball, the walking path.
City staff say this project is also set to be completed by October and hope to be able to renovate the remaining city parks in the near future. To learn more about these groundbreakings and other events in the city, visit the city's website at www.cityofhawthorne.org. The Hawthorne Police Department recently developed a new way to help with catalytic converter theft. Tony Long Jr. has the story.
Vehicles make their way through the parking lot of the Betty Ainsworth Sports Center to have their catalytic converters etched by the police department.
At the etching bay, a mechanic's going to go over there and he's going to etch your license plate along with HPD, which stands for Hawthorne Police, on the catalytic converter. When we're done, take your car, you drive off, the whole process, as long as there's not a long line, 10 minutes you're in and out.
There were basic requirements local citizens had to meet prior to the etching process.
What we're going to do is we're going to take all of your personal information. It's going to be your name, your address, the license plate of the vehicle, and your insurance information. You'll sign a waiver that says you don't hold the City Hawthorne. It's a very standard waiver.
The etching gives local citizens a chance to retrieve their catalytic converters, if stolen.
The purpose of the etching is, in the event of a theft, they would be able to, an officer would be able to look at the number that's on there and then run the license plate. It would come back as a part was stolen from it. They would notify us, and then in theory, we'd be able to get it back to the owner.
Jennifer McIntosh looked forward to having her vehicle protected.
I'm excited. I'm happy. I wanted it done. There were some other measures I would like to take, but this is a great first step, so I'm happy.
Hawthorne PD was able to etch 75 cars at the event. For HCTV, I'm Tony Long Jr.
For more information on events with the Hawthorne Police Department, visit their website at www.hawthornepolice.com. Coming up next on City News, find out why these kids are getting more interested in eating greens. Also, we'll show you why these kids formed a parade at their school. There's more news ahead. We'll be right back. Welcome back. There was a big outdoor screen at Holly Glen Park. Tony Long Jr. gives us the details.
It was lights, camera, action as the Hawthorne Police and the Community Services Departments hosted movie night at the park.
They wanted to basically provide a safe opportunity for kids and families to come out to the park and enjoy a movie under the stars.
I did a little research. We had some projectors. We needed to buy a screen. Went and got the movies. You got to pay rights for the movies. After a bunch of weeks of hard work and figuring things out, here we are. I'm super excited. Totally awesome how many people are out. This is great.
Sergeant Nichols was not the only one who was excited.
I haven't been to a movie night like this in a long time. I feel like it's going to be really fun because I have seen these on shows and I always said like I really wanted to be here, so I'm really surprised that I'm actually here and it's really fun.
I'm looking forward to watching the movie mostly and also drinking a nice cold drink and relaxing.
Dallas said that Luca is one of her favorite movies.
Because like Luca finds his way up to the surface and like he makes new friends there.
Kids also received prizes from the police officers.
I got handcuffs. I put handcuffs from the bad guys.
It was also a way for citizens to interact with law enforcement.
They're friendly, you know, all the time. Like, we have any questions, we go to them, we ask. They're always there to answer.
If you missed out on this movie night, don't worry. There are 2 more happening this summer. This is Tony Long Jr. for HCTV.
For information on other movie nights happening in the city, visit the events page on the city website at www.cityofhawthorne.org. Ramona Elementary School is blooming and the students could not be more excited. We take you to the school to see why. Many different shades of green plants and a variety of veggies have filled the garden beds at Ramona.
A crew of us came together from teachers, parents, and myself, and we just decided that we wanted to beautify the garden again and kind of bring it back to life.
Thanks to the donations of soil, fertilizer, and plants from various companies and countless hours from volunteers made this project come to life.
It's really come a long way in the last 6 months. We've had a lot of really great donations, and so it's now blooming, and the kids are able to come in and really start to see what they've planted and see it start growing.
Since March, every Thursday morning, classes took turns visiting the garden to learn about plants and garden some of their own.
Our lesson is plant parts, and so we get to show them through what is growing, the 5 parts of the plants, from their roots to the stem, their leaves, their flowers, and then of course their fruit.
It's still growing. It's just a little stem right now.
It's just been beautiful to watch what's growing. We have some salad beds growing, we have corn, a little bit of everything.
And now, weeks later, everyone is getting to see and taste the fruit of their labor.
It wasn't crunchy, it was soft, and it was sweet at the same time. It really, I recommend it. My taste buds were liking it.
All the food tastes really good, and it's just really beautiful.
To hear the kids say, oh, the kindergartners today, this salad is so good. This cucumber tastes so good. One girl said, I could eat this salad every day. I mean, that's just music to our ears.
Raised garden beds will also be added this summer for students to continue gardening when they return in the fall.
Every season we change it up, so right now it's the spring to summer harvest, and once the kids come back, we're trying to get more for prepare for fall season.
While they still have soil left for the fall, they are looking for fall veggie donations and volunteers to keep this garden going and students learning outdoors. To see where it is that you can donate and learn more about the garden, visit Ramona's PTA Instagram at Ramona Elementary PTA. Cornbloom Elementary held a clap-out event for their students that will be moving on to middle school in the fall. Reporter Francisco Castillo takes us to the cheerful event.
Olivia is one of many 5th grade students participating in the clap out who is graduating from Cornbloom Elementary.
I've been here my whole life, and this school is great.
Cornbloom programs and staff helped Olivia face fears that will help her thrive in the future.
Ever since I was little, I always was scared of meeting new people, and I was so shy, but now this school has made me the person I am now.
And thank you, Cornbloom. One of the best schools. I like it.
Principal Marissa Stewart enjoys putting on this event because it gives her and her staff a way to show how much they care for their students.
I love this celebration. It's such a great way for us to just show how much we love the students.
They were cheering for me, and my teacher gave me this award.
Stewart expressed her feelings on what made this group of over 50 graduates so special.
They've gone through a lot. And we had 2 years of pandemic, and they were able to come through. They're so resilient. They worked incredibly hard this year and made the gains they needed to. We're incredibly proud of them.
A new adventure now awaits these students. Middle school. For HCTV, I'm Francisco Castillo.
HCTV congratulates the graduates and good luck in your future endeavors. When we return, we'll take you to a lunch filled with friends. A lesser-known but equally important holiday is getting the recognition it deserves. Sam Vargas has more.
A celebration was held in the city of Hawthorne.
So today we're at Holly Park. We're having a celebration for Juneteenth. So this is our inaugural Juneteenth kind of picnic celebration.
Officially declared in 1865, Juneteenth represents an important date in America's history.
It signifies the day that slavery was officially ended. So after slaves were set free, per se, in Texas on June 19th was when the order that Abraham Lincoln gave down actually made it to Texas, and the last of the slaves in Texas were released.
It's in understanding the history of how the African American struggle and the freedom that we have today.
For some seniors, the holiday is very personal.
All my parents and my grandparents, they were from Texas, and I was born and raised in Texas, and they didn't know they was free. So later on, they found out that They was free for 2 years before they knew it.
We've celebrated before, but now they recognize it as a federal holiday. So that's very, very important.
The celebration featured live music and prizes.
We do have a live jazz band. We also have some prizes to be won by doing a raffle. We have some Juneteenth t-shirts. We have toys for the kids and other products so people can actually win a great prize.
As well as face painting for children.
It makes kids happy and feel great, and it helps everyone because now they have a smile on their face after they're done with their face paint.
It's an occasion the city hopes will grow and expand.
I asked my colleagues, all 5 of us, to make this Juneteenth a sponsor city event. So that means next year we're going to have more resources, more city involvement.
Over 100 people showed up to celebrate this important event. For HCTV, I'm Sam Vargas.
For more information on future events in Hawthorne, visit the city's website at www.cityofhawthorne.org. Kornblum Elementary partnered with the Friendship Foundation to put on a special lunch for a group of friends. Reporter Francisco Castillo gives us the details.
Robin Olive and her student John Tucker put on a show at Ramona Elementary.
I work with my nonprofit, Straight Up Abilities. We work with Friendship Foundation, and today we're just doing a little dance party for these cute kids here.
It was a good dancing. It was some good beatboxing.
In dancing, they believe they can teach the kids the importance on being inclusive.
A lot of times you don't see kids with opportunities to become famous or become whatever they want to be. I think the kids can actually relate to me as a disability person, that I made it.
It's important to have these events because we like to make sure that everyone feels included regardless of their ability, their, the culture, their background, where they come from. We just want to make sure that everyone feels included regardless of those circumstances.
The Friendship Foundation strongly believes in promoting their motto: we transform the lives of people with special needs, their families, volunteers, and eventually, society.
Friendship Club is just a great way to bridge the gap between neurodiverse and neurotypical students. It also brings awareness for students with special needs and awareness in the community.
Teacher Mandy Richardson helped bring this program to Ramona this past school year with hope that it will continue for many years to come.
We wanted to give as many kids as possible an opportunity to get together and make new friends, but especially the kids in our special ed classes who sometimes don't have as many opportunities to interact with their typical peers.
They usually come together, have pizza, have lunch together, talk with their peers, make those connections, and then they do like a fun activity or board game or something like that.
The Friendship Club plans on meeting once a month at Ramona Elementary in the upcoming school year during lunch. For HCTV, I'm Francisco Castillo.
If you would like more information about the Friendship Foundation, visit their website at www.friendshipfoundation.com. After a couple-year hiatus, lecture series are back at the Hawthorne Historical Society. We take you to the Hawthorne Museum to bring you more. The June monthly lecture series hosted a guest speaker who talked about Hawthorne water and the drought.
If we really take care of our groundwater system, we can be protected to a great deal against some of the worst effects of drought.
Governor Newsom signed an executive order in March for us to, we're in a stage 2 drought here, and a lot of people don't know that.
Golden State Water Company Superintendent Steve Bancroft also covered what residents should do to conserve water and the new laws for water usage.
You have to use at least 20 to 30% less water on your monthly water bill, and curb the irrigation, because everybody knows most of the water goes to the irrigation of your plants and your lawns and stuff like that.
Bancroft says that if you have any questions or concerns on water usage, to contact them immediately. For more information on the Hawthorne Historical Society and future lectures, visit their website at hawthornehistoricalsociety.org. That does it for this edition of City News. Thanks for watching. We will be going on a short hiatus due to the centennial, but we will be back by the end of July. If you have any story ideas, please call us at 310-349-1630 or email us at hctv@hawthorneca.gov. Don't forget you can watch City News online on YouTube by searching Hawthorne Community Television. We'll leave you now with more footage from the clap out. See you next time.